Have you ever found yourself wondering, maybe even late at night, when the house is quiet, why so many women, after decades of marriage, begin to feel this heavy, quiet frustration toward the very man they once chose to spend their lives with? It doesn't usually start with a big fight or a dramatic moment. No, it creeps in slowly, over the years like water carving into stone, until one day, the warmth is gone. What's left instead? Silence. Distance. Maybe even resentment. Today, we're going to dive deep into why this happens. We'll explore the emotional and psychological patterns that slowly push couples apart, often without either person realizing it until it feels too late. But here's the thing, once you see these patterns clearly, you have a choice, a chance to reconnect, to change course, and maybe even to bring back some of the closeness that feels lost. So, grab a cup of coffee, settle in, because by the end of this video, you may see not only your own relationship, but relationships all around you in a brand new light. 1. The invisible weight of emotional labor. One of the most common reasons women grow frustrated over time has nothing to do with money, careers, or even big arguments. It's emotional labor, the countless unseen efforts that hold a family and a marriage together. It's remembering birthdays, planning holidays, keeping track of doctor's appointments, smoothing over conflicts between the kids, managing the social calendar so that life feels organized and connected. For decades, many women carry this entire load quietly, faithfully, without much recognition. And here's the heartbreaking part. When no one acknowledges that effort, not even the person you married, exhaustion sets in. Think about it. Maybe in the early years, a simple "thank you" felt enough. A small compliment went a long way. But over time, if those words stop coming, if appreciation fades, it starts to feel like you're not a partner, you're a caretaker. And once that feeling takes root, love slowly turns into weariness, into silence, into a deep sense of being unseen. 2. From wife to roommate, the quiet shift. Many women describe this moment when they look at their husband and realize, we don't feel like partners anymore. We feel like roommates. The passion, the late night talks, the laughter, gone. What's left is two people sharing a house, sharing responsibilities, but no longer sharing the same emotional life. Maybe the conversations have shrunk down to grocery lists and TV shows. Maybe the small gestures of love have been replaced by routine. And the saddest part? Often, the husband doesn't even notice. To him, everything seems fine. But for her, the absence of closeness feels like a quiet heartbreak that grows heavier with each passing year. 3. The pile-up of unresolved conflicts. Here's another truth. Resentment rarely comes from one big argument. More often, it comes from 1,000 small moments left unresolved. A dismissive comment here, a broken promise there, feelings brushed aside with, "you're overreacting," or "let's just drop it." At first, she might let it go. She tells herself it's not worth the fight. But over time, these little hurts pile up, layer by layer, until the marriage feels like a house full of closed doors. And here's the danger. Silence isn't peace. Silence often means someone has given up on being heard. 4. Changing priorities. Unchanging partners. Life moves in seasons. In the early years, it's about raising kids, building careers, keeping the household running. But eventually, the kids grow up. Retirement comes. And many women look around and realize, I want something more now. More travel, more hobbies, more emotional connection, more life. But what if her husband doesn't share that desire? What if he's content staying in the same routines, the same habits, the same patterns he's had for decades? She begins to feel trapped, not just in the house, but in a life that no longer feels like it's growing. And when one partner grows while the other stands still, the distance between them widens. 5. The disappearance of affection. Do you remember when he used to reach for your hand while walking? When there were hugs for no reason? When compliments came without being asked for? For many women, what hurts the most isn't aging. It's that somewhere along the way, the tenderness disappeared. Affection, both physical and emotional, isn't just about romance. It's about feeling seen, feeling like you matter. And when that fades, when it's met with indifference or even mockery, we're too old for that now. It leaves a loneliness far deeper than words can describe. 6. Taken for granted. In the beginning, love feels full of gratitude. Thank you for dinner. I appreciate what you did for me. But over time, those words vanish. What was once a kind gesture becomes just her job. The meals, the laundry, the emotional support, all expected, rarely appreciated. And when a woman gives for decades without acknowledgement, something inside her begins to shut down. Not out of anger, out of emptiness. 7. Growing apart, quietly. Perhaps the most painful realization of all, many women wake up one day and realize they've simply grown apart from the man they married. They remember the deep talks, the shared dreams, the laughter. And now, conversations feel shallow. Interests no longer align. The emotional intimacy is gone. It's not always dramatic. Sometimes it's just two lives drifting in different directions until the distance feels too wide to cross. Closing thoughts. A chance to reconnect. So here's the truth. Women don't suddenly wake up one morning full of resentment. These feelings build slowly through years of unspoken frustration, unmet needs, and quiet loneliness. But resentment doesn't always mean love is gone. It means something needs to change. It means there's still time to talk, to listen, to appreciate, to rebuild. If you've seen yourself in any of these stories, know this. You are not alone. Countless women have felt this same ache. Some have reconnected and found joy again. Others have chosen a new path. But all of them discovered this truth. You deserve to feel valued, heard, and cherished in your marriage, always. So, which part resonated with you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your story might just be the one that helps someone else feel a little less alone tonight. And if this video spoke to you, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need to hear these words. Because the first step toward change is finally talking about what's been left unsaid for far too long.